the Chicago Bulls a top 5 team in the NBA currently? That's what I want to talk about today. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA. And here to talk about the Chicago Bulls and the fantastic season that they've been having. Almost making us forget the abomination that is the Bears season thus far. So, to me, love what the Bulls have been doing. And I need to talk about if the Bulls are a top 5 team, right? That's how good they've been this season. So, with that being said, if you're new to the channel, make sure to go ahead, hit that big red subscribe button down below. Make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms, guys, and hit the bell icon so you are notified every time I drop a new video. Let's get into it. All right, so here we go. Let me start with this, all right? So I've been looking at a bunch of different power rankings, right, across different websites and just trying to see where do the sites, the media members, where do they have the Bulls ranked right now, right? And because record is one thing, right? The Bulls are the second best team in the East record-wise and one of the best records in the NBA, but record doesn't always mean everything. Where do the media members have the Bulls right now? And from all of the different websites that I looked at, the Bulls are consistently ranked 3 through 6. That is the 3rd to the 6th best team in the NBA. The two teams that are consistently ranked above the Bulls are the Warriors and the Suns. After that, you've got some sites that have the Bulls at that number 3 spot, which is fantastic, right? But then there's some sites that have the Nets above them, the Bucks above them, the Jazz above them, right? Going all the way to 6. So I love the fact that, again, Bulls have been getting a lot of respect here. So according to some publications, the Bulls are already top 5 team at this time. Remember, at this time, right? We're a little bit more than a quarter of the way into the season. And again, there's a lot of basketball left to be played. So I can only talk about right now, not later on, obviously, until the end of the season. But right now are the Bulls a top 5 team. And according to some of the media, they are. Where do I have the Bulls ranked? All right, and to me, I have a formula for this. It's very simple, right? Is the first thing is you have to be elite on both sides of the court to be a top 5 team in the NBA. You just have to, all right? Elite offensively and defensively. So take a look at the numbers here. Offensive and defensive rating. The Bulls, right now, 6th best offensive rating in the NBA, 10th best defense rating in the NBA. Top 10 in both categories. That's what the Bulls are. Top 10 in both categories. So they are elite in a way on both sides of the court, which automatically qualifies them. And the number 2 thing, to be a top 5 team, you have to have multiple All-Stars. And the Bulls do have that in DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Nikola Vucevic. Now, again, some of these guys didn't make the All-Star team last year, but they are All-Star caliber players. Okay? So those are the 2 things. We take a look at the other teams in contention for the top 5 teams in the NBA. Warriors, obviously, they've had a fantastic season. Steph Curry's a front runner for MVP. No arguments for me there. In fact, they are the number 1 best team in the NBA right now, I believe. Number 2, Phoenix Suns. Again, phenomenal season thus far. They obviously have Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton's stepped up his game a little bit this season as well. They made the finals last year. Again, no argument for me there as well. That you can make the argument they're the best team in the NBA as well. There and there. So number 2, get the Suns. Number 3, I'm going to go ahead and put the Nets there. Right now, the Nets have the best record in the East, but we know that they are missing Kyrie Irving. That hasn't stopped them from obviously, still having a fantastic record. But the Nets, according to the numbers, aren't as good offensively as defensively, which is surprising to me because they have Kevin Durant, one of the best, if not the best scorer in the league. But anytime you have KD, you have James Harden, and potentially Kyrie Irving, who I think may be able to come back by the playoffs. I think Kevin Durant will convince him. You're going to be an elite team. They're a championship contender. So number 3, the Brooklyn Nets. Number 4, I got the Milwaukee Bucks. Look, they won the championship last year. Why do I have them so low? Is just because of the fact that I believe the Bucks won last year due to injuries. Injuries to key players, and I believe the Nets would have advanced to the finals if it wasn't for the injuries that they suffered in the playoffs. So I got the Bucks at number 4. Again, Giannis, 2-time MVP. They got Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. They have their own big 3, and they're elite on both sides of the court. And then at number 5, I've got the Bulls here. All right, and I do have the Bulls at number 5. I've got them above the Jazz, who to me, the Jazz are like a fluky team because to me, they never show up during the playoffs. They're a regular season team to me. They've got only 2 guys in Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. And Rudy Gobert is a limited offensive player, even though he's a stalwart defensively. So I can't put the Jazz in the top 5. We know in the regular season time they always do this, but overall, right? as far as the top 5 best teams, I would take the Bulls over the Jazz. And then if you want to talk about some other teams in there, right? Why are the Lakers not there? Well, the Lakers just aren't playing good basketball. Now, again, they have LeBron James, and anytime you have LeBron James, you are going to not discount that team. So as bad as the Lakers have been, and they've been pretty bad, they've got LeBron James. They can make some noise. But I'm not going to put them here as a top 5 team just because they have not been playing good basketball. We take a look at some other teams. The Boston Celtics. I just don't think they have enough pieces outside of Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. You take a look at some other teams. The Clippers don't have Kawhi Leonard this year. Miami Heat, maybe. Kyle Lowry to me has dropped off a little bit, so you really only have 2 guys there. And that's the other thing that I want to mention here. The top 5 teams that I just listed to you guys all have 3 all-star caliber players. All right? Keep that in mind. 3 all-star caliber players. If you take a look at the Warriors, again, Steph and Draymond, and then Klay Thompson is supposed to be back. Again, we don't know if Klay's going to be an all-star level player, but if he is even a shell of himself, we know he has got that caliber to be one. So that's 3 for them. The Suns have Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton's played at an all-star level, and he stepped up his game. The Brooklyn Nets, again, if they get Kyrie Irving back, him, Kevin Durant, James Harden. The Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis, Middleton, and Drew Holiday. And then finally the Bulls with Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic, folks. Those are 3 all-star caliber players. It is very hard to win in this league if you do not have multiple all-stars. And the Bulls not only have 2, but they have 3. The Jazz only have 2. All right? The Lakers, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, yes. Russell Westbrook, to me, again, more of a liability at this point than he is an asset. Celtics, like I just mentioned, only 2 in Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. There's not a lot of teams that have 3 guys. So to me, what I'm trying to get at is the Bulls are a top 5 team because of the fact that they are elite on both sides of the court, offensively and defensively. They have 3 all-star caliber players, which qualifies them to be in here. Now, for them to, again, take a step above and become a top 3, top 2 team, you're going to need to acquire some bigs. I think the depth bench needs to be a little bit better. They need, more size down low. They definitely need a 4. There's some things that they can do to improve. The depth should be a little bit better. But overall, folks, the question is, are the Bulls a top 5 team? And the answer is, heck yeah. All right? Let me know what you guys think, but I firmly believe that. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. As always, thanks for watching.